Now that we have completed the insurance product training, the next step is the quoting process. To many, this is a simple process of gathering information, but for me, it is the start of closing a sale. As information is gathered, it's a way to get to know the client, build relationships, establish why they should do business with you, and find other opportunities for additional product sales. To start any quote, the first thing I like to do is to get a copy of the current policy. This is where you know about your competition, understand your client's knowledge about their policy, and shine as an insurance advisor. Many will skip this step and just ask the client, what coverage would you like? Or worse yet, proceed to give the client the cheapest quote with the minimal coverage just to get the sale. Most clients are not insurance experts. They will not remember what coverage they have. Most have never read their policies and don't understand their limitations. So it is vital that you actually see what coverage they have so you can compare your products. If there is resistance to providing the policy, I would address their concerns by saying, you can cover up any information you don't want me to see, but it is important that I see what you currently have so I can compare apples to apples. You don't want me to quote you a low price but also give you a low coverage, and it would not be right if I compare a quote for you at a higher price but it is due to additional coverage that you don't currently have. Have them text or email a copy of their policy to you. I've always found that seeing what they currently have really increased my chance of gaining the business for two reasons. One, because it shows the commitment to switch if we can give them a competitive proposal. Two, it allows me to speak about my competitive edge against the other carriers. Of course, this would mean you have to know your competition. Over the years, I have compiled a list of what my policy offers over the other carriers, so this process is easy for me. If you don't have one, start by gathering your competition's policies and understand their coverage. Have your team call the other carriers, see how they service their customer, how they go over the coverage, see if they know the client and their history. Comparing both what the policy offers and how they treat their customers is important in gaining your client's business. With policy in hand, it's time to gather information. Make sure you don't skip the basic details and perhaps even dive deeper than what the quoting system may ask. For example, instead of just getting details on the drivers, I request to have information on all household members, even if they are minor. Why? Because with household details, I can be sure to provide coverage to protect them beyond just an auto or homeowner policy. In case of emergencies, I will be able to identify who is connected with the client to provide communication and support. Instead of just getting birth dates, I will ask whether they are a smoker or non-smoker, even if my quotes doesn't require it. Having this information on file will allow me to provide other quotes, such as life or health insurance. Think efficiency, and remember, this is your agency. You are not limited to the quoting system. Use it as a tool to gain business, not as a crutch to operate your business with. Make sure all details are complete. If a client refuses to give you a phone number or an email address, they aren't serious about doing business with you. I would tell them that the system requires it to move into the next step, and if I have a sense that they aren't giving me correct info, there are times when I would just stop the process and not waste my time with quoting for someone that isn't sincere from the start. Next, I proceed to ask questions, and my favorite word is why. Why did you choose to call us for a quote? This is where you will discover the reason for them to shop. If it is because they are unhappy with their current insurance carrier, then you can speak to it and establish why you are the right choice. If it is due to a move, you not only get to welcome them to your neighborhood, but perhaps even find other opportunities such as home or renter's insurance or a 401k rollover. If it is due to price, you get to establish price versus value. In this process, you may also discover who referred them so you can make sure to take care of your referral source. Why did you choose the current coverage? May be another question I ask. This is where you get to know how much assets they have, if they have good medical coverage, and even discover life insurance needs. Here is where you will understand their knowledge of their policy, if they pay attention to what coverage they have, and establish why you are the experts that they need. 7 out of 10 times when it comes to this question, most people's answer are, I don't know, and follow up with something like, I just asked for the cheapest policy and this is what I get. This is where you get to shine as you go over their policy and help them understand the importance of having proper coverage. Moreover, if they're not correctly protected, they will question why their current insurance advisor or carrier has not had this similar conversation with them, thus further establishing your credibility without you ever having to say a thing. As you gather information, make notes of any important information that can lead to future sales. Don't start talking about other products and get sidetracked. Close what's in front of you first. That's not to say that you can't hint at additional products that you have to offer, especially if it will enhance your current sale. So let's take an example. Why do you have $5,000 medical coverage? Oh, it's because I have good medical insurance and that is just to cover my deductible. That's awesome to hear. However, this medical is only covering for when you are in a car accident. Do you have similar protection if you are hospitalized for other reasons? No, I've never heard of such a thing. Well, you've come to the right place. It is called hospital indemnity, and for very little cost, it will provide quite a comprehensive coverage for your deductible and co-pay. Let's talk about it when we are done with this proposal, and in fact, with that coverage, it will give you an additional 10% discount on your auto policy. Okay, so let's recap. When you start the quoting process, you need to do the following. Get a copy of the potential client's policy. Make sure you gather information and be efficient in your information gathering. Think about the potential business opportunities and gather information to quote those products, not just for the current product. Ask questions to help the client think about what they need to protect for themselves. Don't just quote. As you gather information, establish the value of your agency, your insurance carrier, and you. The same reason they come to you will be the same reason they leave you. Sell your value, sell your company, sell you. If all you focus is on price, you will lose them next year when they find something cheaper. As you can see, if you follow this process, by the time you are done with the information gathering and the quoting process, you may have already completed 90% of the sale process, and giving the price is the only thing you need to do to close your deal. If you did it right, by the time you tell them the cost, they should be ready to sign on the dotted line. Come back the next time and I will break down how to have these conversations with each of the product lines. Until then, start gathering declaration pages of your potential clients' policies. Check out my sales process video with the link below, and I'll see you next time.